Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In case you're new here, my name is Laura and I'm a PhD student of Comparative Literature in Germany. And today we're delving back into Japanese literature, into Japanese mystery to be precise. I've been talking about Strange Pictures, the new novel by the Japanese YouTuber and writer Uketsu, who's always hiding his face behind a mask on YouTube, already in my video on literature news a few weeks ago, if you remember. And this Japanese writer has been a major sensation in Japan. People wonder who it is and why he's creating these mysterious, eerie videos and also disturbing stories that he's been starting to write. He's been publishing stories and 3 novels in Japanese already, and the first of these novels, Strange Pictures, has been translated into English a while ago. To be precise, in the mid of January, and I've been getting my hands on the novel now, and I've never had such an exciting reading experience in reading such a kind of mystery novel yet. That's why I wanted to make a video about this novel and tell you a little bit more. The video will be completely spoiler free, so you can watch it and still decide whether you want to read the novel and gain the reading experience for yourself afterwards. I hope you enjoy it. So what is the novel Strange Pictures about? As the title says in Japanese original Hennae, Strange Pictures, it is about strange pictures. Pictures that are not really complicated oftentimes, but that are strange in a way. There's elements in them that are quite disturbing, although they even depict everyday life scenes, and the stories themselves are also centered around everyday life occurrences. People going about their lives and experiencing usual stuff. But very soon you realize that beneath the surface something bad is going on in all of these stories. The novel consists of several stories, and you are right in the middle from the very beginning. Each story is told from a different perspective, and sometimes the perspectives even switch. So you gain very deep insights into the lives and into the minds of the characters. And the more you read, the more you learn, the more you realize that these stories are connected in a way. And the great thing about it is that you have these 2 media components. You have the text and you have the images, the pictures, the drawings basically. And the interesting thing is that you can really try to play detective for yourself in that story. So you can read those stories and you can look at the pictures and compare the pictures and look at more close detail and try to figure out what is the mystery behind them, what is really going on. And as I don't want to reveal anything much from the plot, I will not talk about that. But one thing I can talk about, I think, is that in the 2nd chapter there's 2 schoolboys who are from the paranormal club, and they always try to figure out some mysteries, and they find a strange blog on the internet from a man talking about his happy family life. And one day the blog just stops and there's a long gap in the middle, and we have to figure out what's been going on, what's been happening, what's been the mystery, the crime here, and to figure out the whole story. And there's more stories from chapter to chapter. There's more complicated stories, and you as the reader are really able to take part in figuring out the mystery behind it, because a lot of information is actually given to you. And that is what makes the story, the whole novel, very suspenseful in my view. And that's what's so great. And also this interplay between the medium of the image and the medium of the text works very well and is just done in a way that is very, very suspenseful and gets you right into the story. That's what I liked a lot about it. And The other thing that is really great is that the language is quite minimalistic, so it's very easy to read, fluent prose, and there's not very much information that you would not need, so it's very simplistic and just giving you the information that you really need, but that makes you pay even more close attention to the text and the language and the details. And that's what I loved a lot when reading it, because I've been paying very, very close attention from the very beginning, because I was so hooked and I really wanted to know what's going on, what's the story behind all of that. And it reminded me of the way that Uketsu is really making his videos. He has even been making a video about one of the stories or part of the stories in one of his videos. It is completely in Japanese and I can link it below if you're interested, but it will also spoil some of the story, so better just watch that when you're done reading the whole novel. Otherwise you would have the risk of finding things out that you would have wanted to figure out yourself, or at least try to figure out. To be honest, I'm not sure whether it's possible to figure the whole story out, but I have been figuring parts of the story out for myself, definitely. And it's been very interesting to get filled in on all the details. And I think it's done in a very, very good way, and also in a way that's not too complex. So it's really something that you can read in a quite short period of time, maybe even in one sitting, and really enjoy. And that's what I loved so much about it. So my tips for reading this novel would be to maybe even take notes when reading, because there's a lot of detail, and also learning about all the characters, you might see the risk of forgetting details that might be important later. If you're interested, you can also highlight the text and just try to remember the details that you will need to solve some parts of the puzzle. That would make the reading experience even better. Maybe also take your time to really go back in the text and look at the pictures very closely, and also read the words very closely. Pay attention to the choice of words and pay attention to what seemingly minor details that are mentioned about the way a character thinks or behaves, or something that seems eerie, unsettling, just weird in a way. So anything that makes you wonder in any kind of way, that is definitely a tip I would give you. And other than that, just be prepared for some psychologically unsettling things you might discover. It is not an easy book, but it's also not so heavy that you couldn't read it, I think, most people. I have been finding it quite unsettling, but also very, very great and suspenseful, and it's been really a book that I've not been reading in such a kind of way, and I've been loving it so much, so I would recommend it to everyone basically from now on. So if you find the time and you can get your hands on a copy, please go read it. It's been published, as I said, in English in the middle of January already. It will be published in German as well in March, and the next book by Uketsu, called Strange Houses, will be published in June, and it will be about several eerie floor plans. So instead of the drawings of people, you would have floor plans that are weird in the way that, for example, they have a dead space in them, or something that is not quite fitting the whole picture of the whole plan of the house. And you as a reader can obviously again find out the story behind these floor plans, and maybe also how they're connected and how they are connected to the people living or having been living in the houses. That sounds very interesting to me as well. That should not be seen as an advertisement for Uketsu, but I think that this novel was so good in a way, so easy and suspenseful and complex in a way at the same time, and that's been great, I think. So if you happen to read the book yourself, please comment down below how you enjoyed it, what you liked about it, what you maybe didn't like about it, or write a message or something. I would love to talk about it more, or if you have been watching a video about Uketsu and what you think of it. Of course, all of it is in Japanese, but you can turn on the immediate translation so that you will get the English translation as well. So that's definitely a possibility. I really would like you to watch the videos and especially to read the novels, because it's like a kind of modern psychological horror that I've been enjoying so much, especially if you're enjoying horror, gothic, terror, anything of that sort, mysteries in general, then that could be something you like. And also, as it has this like typical Japanese take on it as well, it's like also about work culture, it's about nature, about people living their daily lives and things you would find in usual modern Japanese novels, and this all in a quite unsettling setting and with so many interesting details. So I've been talking about that enough now, and I hope you go and get that book and enjoy it for yourself. And I would like to see you in my next video. I hope you enjoyed this one and hope you have a nice day. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.